Assalamu alaikum everyone. Welcome to my class. Today I will discuss about the topic layers of the atmosphere and vertical zonation. Well, first we divide into the layers. Before divide, let's first understand the general structure of the atmosphere. The Earth's atmosphere consists of a mixture of gases with the two most abundant ones. First one is nitrogen 78% and oxygen 21%. And the remaining 1% includes like argon, carbon dioxide, and another gases. And the Earth atmosphere can be divided into 5 main layers. First one is troposphere, second one is stratosphere, third one is mesosphere, thermosphere, and exosphere. These layers differ in their composition, temperature, and altitude. Well, let's first understand about the vertical zonation. Actually, there is no defined outer limit to the atmosphere. Here, in this figure, we can see the vertical structure of the atmosphere. Here we can see the layers: troposphere, stratosphere, mesosphere, thermosphere, and here you can see that there is no defined limit, outer limit actually. It simply becomes thinner with increasing height above the ground until it eventually becomes part of the solar atmosphere. Here we can see this zone is called zone of dense turbulent air with abundant water and oxygen. This troposphere, and here this line is called tropopause. And this area that is called stratosphere. Zone of light stable air with little water contains the ozone layer. Actually, main characteristics ozone layer. When we will discuss about the layers separately, we will discuss detailing. And here thermosphere and mesosphere, zone of transition to space, and this line is called mesopause. Vertical structure of the atmosphere. The vertical atmosphere can be subdivided into the 3 main parts based on the temperature. Actually, temperature, based on temperature. Most of the mass of the atmosphere is contained within the troposphere, in which temperature falls with height. Well, let's move on the layers. Layers of the Earth atmosphere. Let's explore the layer of atmosphere along with the diagram. Here we can see a diagram or figure of the Earth's layers, atmosphere, layers of the atmosphere. In this diagram, we can see that here the first layer, that is called troposphere. Actually, this layer differ in their composition, temperature, and altitude. Every layer. And the Earth's atmosphere can be divided into 5 main layers. First one is troposphere, second one is stratosphere, third one mesosphere, thermosphere, and exosphere. Well, let's discuss about troposphere. Troposphere is the layer closest to the Earth's surface. In that figure, you can see that the lowest layer in the atmosphere nearest to the Earth's surface is extending approximately 8 km at the pole and 16 km, 15 or 16 km at equator. Height varies through the season. And in the troposphere, the temperature decreases with altitude, as well as other phenomena such as clouds, storms, and rain occur here in this layer. Contains about 90% of the moisture dust within the atmosphere. Warmest part of the atmosphere. This part is warmest. The troposphere is of utmost importance as it is the layer we inhabit and where all life on earth exists. It provides us with the air we breathe and shields us from harmful radiation. Now, stratosphere. A stratosphere is located just above the troposphere. Here figure we can see this one is troposphere nearest the earth, then 20 km, and next stratosphere. After troposphere it comes stratosphere. Extends from about 35 km to 60 km. The temperature in the stratosphere also increases with altitude. Here we can see the temperature increases with altitude. Ozone layer. This phenomenon is attributed to the presence of the ozone layer, which absorbs most of the incoming ultraviolet radiation. We all know about ultraviolet radiation that really harmful to our health. Absorb the ultraviolet rays coming from the sun. CFCs, chlorofluorocarbon. We all know also know about that, which reacts with ozone. So we can see that stratosphere also helpful. The ozone layer acts as a protective shield, safeguarding life on Earth from the harmful effect of excessive ultraviolet radiation. Additionally, the stratosphere is a critical layer for air travel as commercial airplanes fly within this region. Okay, then mesosphere. Above the stratosphere lies the mesosphere, extending up to about 80 or 85 km above the Earth's surface. The mesosphere is characterized by extremely low temperature. But last, we discussed troposphere and stratosphere. We saw here temperature increases with altitude, right? But in this mesosphere, we can see that temperature decreases with height, falls to about minus 100 degrees Celsius at 80 km height. Minus 100 degrees Celsius, too cold. Well, the mesopause is about 80 km, separated the mesosphere below from the thermosphere above. Mesosphere up to 500 to 600 km. Temperature increases with height in this layer. Also protects Earth from falling meteorites and most of them burn out in this layer. And finally, exosphere. Exosphere থেকে what? Earth's gravity is extremely weak, made up of hydrogen and helium, and characterized by extremely low atmospheric pressure. Outer part is called magnetosphere. Final boundary between Earth and outer space, magnetopause. Well, that's all about the Earth's atmosphere layers. If we want to review this, we can see temperature with altitude, troposphere decrease with altitude, increase, and stratosphere increase with altitude, and mesosphere also decrease with altitude. Well, that's for today. Thank you.